feeling it today. Woke up, plenty of sleep. I wouldn't say the sun's out, but it's not nearly the shroud of gloom that surrounded the house yesterday. Or, for that matter, the entirety of Western Washington. It's much nicer. Already been up, played with some cats, showered, borrowing a hat from my wife. And so this is how it's going to play out. I don't think that I'm going to go ahead and tell you everything that I need to do in advance. I was mentioning yesterday in my video of gloominess that of all the steps and all that need to still be done and all. But the fact is, recording these things, it's not really what I wanted to do. And hi there, Bubby. It's a nickname for Hopper, my little boy. Yes, little kitty. You want to help. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do the things that need to be done. And if I feel in the process that any explanation is necessary, I'll go ahead and hit you with that. Some things that have crossed my mind recently. I'm not a hat person, so I'm not actually borrowing this from the wife today. Just to tell you that I'll be coordinating the chaos in my own way. So one of the things that is weighing on my mind. Excuse me. I'll pick up my kitty. Come here, Bubby. Come here, friend. Come here, little man. Oh, little man, little man. Him stretchy little boy. Taste your stretchy little boy. Come here, baby. So, anyway, he wants to feel included. And he's always really sweet when he just wakes up. But like I was saying, one of the things that have been weighing heavily on my mind is that I've said a lot of things that need to be done in certain order. And a lot of things don't actually need to be done in a certain order. Obviously, you can't do a fret job without first installing the frets, and first, even before that, cutting the fret slots and, making sure that your fretboard is all nice and square and stuff. But, nice and dead flat is a good way to start. But anyway, there's some things that you don't need to do in a specific order, and I'm laying it out almost as if you do, but you really don't. It's just kind of like, well, what do you feel like doing next? Well, let's just take care of this. So what we're going to start with, this is about the only exposition I'm going to give today, is we're going to wax the back of the neck and we're going to give a fret job. Not necessarily in that order, but fret job, and then we're going to cut a nut. Not necessarily. We are actually. And then we're going to cut the nut. Then we're going to go proceed out to the shop and make the pick guard. And what do you want down now? You want to say hello to the peoples? Hello, peoples. So, you're a very good boy, my little man. You want to sit down? Of course. There you go, buddy. Jeremy, the pick guard of yours. I'm going to actually borrow this for a control layout because I don't have that. I don't think I do, at least, have that laid out in the pick guard blank that I've got out there. So I'm going to put this down as a control layout for the pick guard blank, and fix the pick guard blank so it has the same control layout. And, this is something else that I want to talk about real quickly. Like I said, this is about the only exposition I'm going to have. The idea that you need one volume and two tone, or two volume and one tone. Two volumes can be handy. But one volume is, I think, the only thing that we ever really use, ever. Oh, little man, do you still want my attention? Poor little guy. Anyway, I think one volume is all that's ever really necessary. And if you have questions about that, you talk to Mr. Van Halen. Well, you can't because he's dead. But, you can at least look up his body of work, and it's all one volume now. He doesn't have a tone or anything like that. That's right, little man. Tone controls get in the way of a good tone. Besides, if you leave a treble bleed circuit off, you turn down the volume, you're going to get a little bit of an attenuation of the high end anyway. So, no big deal. I just don't believe in tone controls. I think they exist to, serve a purpose of salesmanship to guitarists who don't know how to get the tones that they want without it. You know what I mean? So, it's... I don't know. I could make more analogies, but I think you get my meaning. One is all you need. Plus, of course, you're going to want a switch, or at least some sort of a blending control. So Jeremy, on your pick guard, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the truss rod access today. at some point, and I'm going to go ahead and bevel the edges. And then, like I said, I'm going to leave the screw holes for you, for if you ever wanted to swap it out, you know, for this color to this color. You can just lay the other one on top of this and drill the holes in the same places and bevel them. You can either bevel them with a larger diameter drill bit, but with great care and precision, or you can get a bevel and do that. And I've got mine out in the shop right now. I've actually got like 5 of them floating around, but the only one I know of for sure where is in the shop, without taking great pains to go ahead and look up exactly where things are at. Even if my system of awesome organization bothers the crap out of some OCD people, and they're screaming right now at the camera, if you just cleaned everything and kept things organized, yeah, go pound sand. All right, man. So, or woman, or whatever. Let's go ahead and get to work. Like I said, I'm feeling it. So, hit the Muzak, and thinking anthrax today. Seems like an anthraxy day. So, because this will violate all sorts of copyright stuffs, we're not going to have volume. We'll just have me going to town and doing the things. And if I feel like talking, I'll talk. Hello, kitty boy. All right, I finally got a little bit of space, although he might cry a bit. My cat paralysis has abated after quite a while. I am going to say a couple of quick things. If you've listened to any of my videos, you know that when I say a couple of quick things, it's never a couple and it's never quick. But here's what I do have to say. So for the end of the fret job, look how nicely that just cradles in that call. For the fret job itself, once it's level and all that, we have to crown the frets and then dress the frets. And there's a whole lot of steps that some people decide that we need to do to go and actually do this. Let me talk to you directly. There's a whole lot of steps that a lot of people go through to get it, you know, super perfect and stuff, including, you know, fret erasers, you know, all sorts of newfangled things to do that. You don't need all sorts of, you know, fancy-dancy doodads and 100,000 steps to get things right. Heck, my first fret job that I ever did, when I refretted an Ibanez of mine just to see if I could do this kind of stuff, you know, test, and go. When I first did it, man, I'm telling you, I bought a bunch of sandpaper from Hobby Lobby that went all the way to 12,000 grit, and I poured over that thing hours and hours and hours. I'm at a point now where I can get a really, really good fret job. I'm talking about dressing the frets with just a couple of quick steps and some things that some luthiers on YouTube say that, look, it's a secret method and it's really fast. I'll just tell you what it is, man. It's a scrubby. I'm not even kidding. When it comes time to it, we just grab ourselves a little scrubby, a little nicer piece than this, but we grab a little Scotch-Brite pad and we roll over, and it takes care of any of the edges that are on the frets. After that, we go over it with some steel wool, and that we're almost done. I mean, at that point, we're really, really close. Now, I'm torn between going ahead and I'll just go ahead and do it. I get out the Dremel and some polish, and there's a couple of different polishes I use. I love Flitz and semi-chrome polish, which I got the idea from Jared Rosa from Rosa Stringworks. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. We don't have television in my house. We have YouTube. So anyway, and I tend to obsess over knowledge and stuff like that. When I get a bug in my head that says, or ear for that matter, that says, Kirk, you're interested in a thing, I just scour. And I absolutely obsess over details until I know, at least as far as I know, everything that can be known about a thing. Ask me about nuclear energy. I'll tell you a lot. You know, good times. So anyway, well, that's going to make the reel. So anyway, there's a couple of different polishes that I use. I already mentioned Flitz and semi-chrome. I leaning towards semi-chrome nowadays. Flitz does absolutely fantastically well. So does semi-chrome, and I just have more semi-chrome. That's all. Even though it doesn't look like I do, considering the sizes of the polish tubes that I have. The semichrome is newer, and I'm feeling it more. It does a great job. So at any rate, I'll finish it up with that, and that's that. Um, the fretwork is complete. So here we go. So, let's make a nut. Ugh. So, as we know, this doesn't quite fit in yet. We have to make this a little thinner. There's a couple of different ways of doing this. One of which is to put it on a sanding block like this and flatten one edge. And flatten the bottom too in a minute. This is going to be the edge that we're flattening here. It's facing the you guys might find amusing. So, I have been talking about using these pickups for a bit, and using this as a template for the pickups. Can you see the problem with this? Rounded, not rounded. Don't fit. So I'm going to use this one instead. Because that's perfect. Which also means what I'm going to have to do is go in there and drill a hole with 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch drill bit. A little bit bigger. No, that's definitely not a quarter. There's this guy. 1/8 inch drill bit. There's this drill bit, drill bit, just to make sure that we're in the right spots. This is kind of crap, but you may notice that there's a difference in the pick guards here, size-wise, because really we have more frets to work with. So for the pick guard, I'm going to have to hit it, and hit it again for where it's going to go. But, you know, so put one on, alright, take it off again, put it over here. And as I said, I'm going to be doing this with using these as a kind of a template. And if you are going to do that, you're going to want to use two together, just like so. Say, this is fun because I bought these two pick guards from the same source, and I want you to notice that they've got the same control layout, but they're radically different in size. So even if you bought aftermarket for your Strat, I mean, this one of course is for a Floyd, this one is for a regular one, but at the same time the pickups are not in the same spots. If you lined up the necks, they still don't quite match up. It's funny. So at any rate, I will be using this, and then two of these guys for the template. That'll give that a little more area, surface area for purchase. Well, at any rate, just thought I'd cover that because that's funny. What am I doing? Do you guys know what I'm doing? Write it in the comments. Click like, share, and subscribe. God, that bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but well, children thing. All right, so let's cut a nut. And choices. Too many choices. If, when, why, what. How much have you got? If you got it together, if so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft option? I choose semi-chrome. It was a radio baby. When I was a kid and that song first came out, I was probably 11 years old. 85 sounds about right. And DJ, I want to say her name was Lady J. Shea, I think. Davis, Lady J. Davis. Over at, what was it? It wasn't KISW. It wasn't KXRX. KZOK? Sounds about right. That's classic rock station. No. Guess it doesn't really matter. KPLZ. That's it. So it was on KPLZ, and as soon as it was done, it was like number 1 or something like that. She was taking calls to find out if anybody knew where Dannenwalt was. Of course, it's dead in world. But in a West End town, in a dead end world, East End boys and West End girls. So forth. But, you know, there it is. Just a slight polish. It's nice. We can... So, lads and lasses out yon, I also want to apologize for yesterday's beginning of yesterday's video, or the beginning of yesterday's video. The quality was a little less than an underdone potato. I do apologize for that. There's not a lot that can be done about it, of course. It's already shot. I didn't know that it was a potato quality video, and I said what I had to say, and that's that. I gotta bring that back inside. Anyway, one of the primary things I can talk about with that is that with my old camera, which is my old cell phone, that I'm using, was the last one. Samsungs make really, all right. One, I'm an Android devotee. I will never switch to Apple. It just isn't going to happen. And I could have as many arguments and discussions as you like about that, if you'd like, but I will never switch. So the deal is, I'm going to take those inside too. Yeah, all right. I'm going to pack that in here, and in here, and there it is. Anyway, the potato quality though, the Samsung that I was using, which is what I'm using now, has unpredictable qualities. And I mean that in a way that I really absolutely loathe how unpredictable it can be. I wish I was kidding. I wish I could talk about it in a jovial, kind of a manner. I am not joking. Half of the time, you don't know if it's even on or not. It decides to go ahead and shut off. You think you're recording and you're not. All right. That's close. goes. So let's line this turkey up. Oh no, I gotta bring more in from the inside. More out, that is, from the inside. Because one of these. It's still recording. Sorry it's taken me so long. Hi, Joel. Hi, Patricia. All right. So, while I'm one-on-oneing with a good friend, I forgot to bring out more tape. I'll be back.
Mom kitty, mom kitty, just mom kitty, mom kitty, mom kitty. Shush, mom kitty, mom kitty. Mom kitty, mom kitty, mom kitty, mom kitty. It's just a big old lump of cat. Look at that, just sweet old good, mom kitty, mom kitty, mom kitty, mom kitty. Sweet old girl. Big roly and pulley kitty, roly and pulley. This isn't guitar building. But this is Mama Kitty. She came to us, 7 years ago, 8 years ago now. 6 or 7. She was a mama. She had several little babies. And then the babies got all adopted off. Again, wife and kitten rescue in Mason County, so all this is legit, up and up. And no farms. Oh, Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty. Just lives for the scratches. Look at all that hair. Anyway, this is Mama Kitty. She's a very lovely girl. But yeah, she came to live with us that many years ago. She was a foster failure, just nobody took her, so we took her. And then after several years, she started to not get along with the rest of the cats, like at all. So we gave her her own room. We try to give her as much attention as we can. But it just doesn't seem like it's ever enough. Look at that sweet Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty. Thank you, Mama Kitty. You're a very sweet kitty. So I would usually pick her up and let her drool all over me. And but daytime is short right now, so I gotta get moving. Bye, Mama Kitty, Mama Kitty. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Mama Kitty.
Okay, so breaking the video. What are all those? Examples of something that I think is one of the scourges of the internet besides little red lines or circles to try to draw your attention in. It's part of a clickbait scheme called, well, I understand that it's called YouTube face. I call it stupid face. I will never subscribe to your channel if you do this. I will never watch your videos if you do this. It is a huge deterrent to me. Now, because of a friend of mine mentioned to me that I ought to be aware of a dude named Tim Sway, that I'm going to go ahead and watch a couple of his videos. But only because you recommended it, dude. Understand that. Anyway, I think it's a plague. It is a horrible, horrible thing to make some extremely exaggerated facial expression you've obviously practiced in a mirror. It's inauthentic, and it's leading other people that watch this stuff, not necessarily adults, but children, to be inauthentic as well with those kind of expressions. It's how we got duck face. It's bad. Don't do that crap. Anyway, that's my side shot for the whole video there. Don't do stupid face. Don't YouTube face. Bad. Oh, and don't make up crap things like, I'm a big fan of Militaria, and if you put a jet on there that I know does not exist, I might click your video. But then I'm going to look at that, a little bit harder and say, oh yeah, he photoshopped 18 engines onto it. I will never watch it. Be authentic. It's the best you can do. Just be the best you can. And if the best you is inauthentic, I got nothing for you. Bye. All right, back to the guitar. Well, maybe. Here we go. All right, gonna have to take this off. I'm not really fond of that right now, but it should be, yeah, it's pretty in there. It's drying up nicely. I can't really put any torque force on it for 4 hours, but, you know, it hasn't been 4 hours, so I'm not going to do that. So the battery died in the phone I've been using, but I know not when. I can assume it's been at least a couple of minutes. So we are here. I am about to, and I am really wigged out about it. Route this. I'm going to try to be as careful as I can, because if I'm not, there's going to be a lot of pain, and it's mostly the pain of my heart breaking about this not working. No, it's not super bright and shiny as if we put lacquer on it. Ask me if I like it like that. I do not. It's one of the things that I really loathe about Fender guitars. That, you know, I've got... Hey, look. I owe them an entire, you know, massive debt of gratitude for making the guitars that they make. I do. Straight up. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we're at right now as far as like guitar construction. I mean, arguably, maybe other people would have figured out a lot of the stuff that Leo did, but we are in a... I mean, I owe him a huge debt of gratitude. I just personally think that you can do some stuff better. Like, what the hell's up with 21 frets? No, there's not a super magic spot. Even Joe Satriani was converted from that when Ibanez approached him about a 24 fret guitar instead of doing the 22 fret guitar. Oh, by the way, Guthrie Govan... Back when he was with Sewer, he was playing a 22 fret. Yes, this is a 22 fret guitar. It's an adult's guitar, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, now he's endorsed by Charvel. What does he play? 24 frets only! Ah! So, you know, yeah, I hate hypocrisy. If you're going to play 24 frets, I like 24 because it's balanced. You have a full 4 octaves available to you depending on your tuning, you know, an E to E, or D to D, or whatever you want. I like, at least past tense, to position my neck pickup in a way that I could achieve a 29th fret with it, so I can do the high A for the crossroads thing. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's fun. You know, you can do that. I don't plan on doing that with this build, but still, it's fun. It's, you know, play with the things that you have. It's a good time. But no, I hate lacquer on a fretboard. It wears down anyway. It's not necessary if you're going to seal the board. Oh, it's going to turn brown if you don't seal it. Well, use a different wood. Makes sense to me, but maple has the sound. Yeah, sure. So does cherry. It sounds better. And it doesn't need as much sealer. All right. You got to throw this out. I got to take this outside. Otherwise, my wife is not going to be happy. We'll come back in and we'll do the nut. So, hey guys, we're back right now. I've got something real special to show you. He's the world's cutest kitten in the whole wide world. Him a little poof. He's 6 weeks old. His name is Oliver. Say hello to the camera, Oliver. He's a little man. And he is probably, he's a poof. He's a little, like a powder puff. He might be a munchkin. Probably is. He is up for adoption already. Not just up for adoption. He's been adopted. He's pre-adopted. All we have to do is get him fixed. Take care of him for a little longer. But he is just the sweetest little man. And great demeanor, too. Here, just going to say hi to the people one more time. Go say hi to the people, Oliver. Go say hi. Could you look at that face? Look at that face. Don't you love the face? Those little paws. I'm just a little man. Tiny little poof jumps all over the place. Walks right up to you, not afraid of anything. That's Oliver. You're such a sweet little man. Oh. All right, we're done.